If you enjoy this podcast summary, please consider subscribing. Theo is back with another exciting episode of This Past Weekend, featuring the hilarious Andrew Schulz. Andrew's got a brand new special on Netflix called Life, and Theo's loving the control he shows on stage. They dive into the world of stand-up comedy, discussing the challenges of filming a special and the importance of prioritizing the audience's experience.
Andrew shares some behind-the-scenes stories from his special, including the unusual decision to include speakers in the front of the stage.
The conversation takes a turn when Theo mentions his own experiences with making a movie with David Spade.
Andrew notes that even with success, there are still people who enjoy seeing others fail. But he believes that fans appreciate the risk-taking involved in creating something new. They discuss how comedians and podcasters are often trying to figure out the truth, and that's what makes their content appealing. Andrew shares his thoughts on the importance of listening to different perspectives and not dismissing them, even if you disagree. He believes that people should be able to discuss their feelings and opinions without being judged or dismissed.
Theo agrees, saying that it's essential to have respectful conversations, even when you disagree with someone. The conversation shifts to the topic of podcasting and how it's changing the way people consume information.
Andrew notes that podcasting is allowing people to hear different perspectives and opinions, and that it's making it harder for people to just accept information at face value.
Theo agrees, saying that podcasting is making it harder for people to know what to believe, but that it's also making it more interesting. They discuss the power of podcasting and how it's allowing people to hear different perspectives and opinions. Andrew notes that there's no single source of completely factual truth, and Theo agrees, suggesting that our instincts might be the best guide. They talk about the challenges of navigating online information, where anyone can create content and spread misinformation.
The conversation takes a turn when Andrew mentions his recent experience with wrestling and how it was a cool and scary experience. He's grateful for the opportunity to try something new and challenging, and he's proud of himself for pushing through his fears. They joke about Candace Owens and her ability to take on anyone who disagrees with her. The discussion turns to the topic of entrepreneurship, with Andrew mentioning Todd Graves, the founder of Cane's, who still owns his college apartment next to the first Cane's location.
Theo is impressed by Graves' dedication to maintaining his rootsy.
Andrew notes that Graves is a genius who has managed to keep his business successful without franchising, which is a rare feat. The conversation shifts to politics, with Andrew expressing his frustration with the bipartisan bickering in New York. He feels that the Trump administration's efforts to reduce government waste and inefficiency should be supported by both parties.
Theo agrees, suggesting that Elon Musk's Twitter antics might be a way to stir up controversy and drive engagement on the platform. They discuss the importance of giving the new administration a chance to implement its plans, rather than immediately criticizing them. Theo shares his experiences touring the country and seeing the impact of economic decline on small towns, but remains optimistic about the potential for change. The conversation turns to the topic of government corruption and the need for auditing.
Andrew mentions that people naturally gravitate towards corruption and that it's something that needs to be constantly fought.
Theo agrees, saying that the fact that the government needs to be audited is a sad state of affairs. They discuss the topic of tradition and the pushback against progressive measures.
Andrew suggests that people might be worried about their traditions disappearing, and that this fear can lead to pushback.
Theo agrees, saying that people are worried about their history being erased. The conversation also touches on the topic of traveling and taking time off. Theo mentions that he's been working a lot and hasn't taken a vacation in a while. Andrew asks if he enjoys taking time off, and Theo says that he needs it. Andrew suggests that traveling alone can be cool, and Theo jokes about having a small Asian tour guide. The discussion turns to the topic of American manufacturing and the challenges of making products in the US. Theo mentions a guy who tried to make a plain hooded sweatshirt in the US, but faced numerous challenges and price issues.
Andrew notes that if you can make a big order, you can reduce the pricing, and wonders if the material for the sweatshirt also has to come from the US. The conversation shifts to the topic of vaccinations and the fear that comes with it. Andrew shares his personal experience as a new parent, feeling torn between the potential risks of vaccinations and the risk of not vaccinating his child. He wishes for more research and transparency on the topic so parents can make informed decisions.
Theo agrees that it's time for more honesty and transparency from those in power. He thinks that if the people in power can provide accurate information, even if it's not what we want to hear, it would be a step in the right direction. He believes that it's time to move away from the constant negativity and focus on finding solutions. The conversation wraps up with Theo thanking Andrew for his time and congratulating him on his new special and being a dad. Theo shows off his Zach Bryan tour jacket, which he's wearing to fit in, and they exchange congratulations and well wishes. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more exciting episodes of this past weekend. Main learning from video.
The conversation covers a wide range of topics, from Andrew's new Netflix special life to the challenges of navigating online information and the importance of self-acceptance. Andrew shares his experiences as a new father and the lessons he's learned about balancing his relationship with his wife and daughter. The conversation also touches on the topics of entrepreneurship, government corruption, and the need for auditing.
Theo and Andrew discuss the importance of embracing and protecting LA's historical landmarks and the challenges of making products in the US. They also talk about the Epstein scandal and the need for honesty and transparency in addressing the issues. The conversation wraps up with a discussion on culture, specifically the use of the N-word by a white rapper named Jin Lee. Overall, the conversation is a thought-provoking and humorous exploration of various topics, with a focus on the importance of self-acceptance, honesty, and transparency. Key takeaways include the importance of embracing and protecting historical landmarks, the need for auditing and transparency in government, and the challenges of navigating online information. The conversation also highlights the importance of self-acceptance and the need to move away from constant negativity and focus on finding solutions. If you are interested to listen to complete 26-minute summary and unlock detailed insights for each topic discussed in the video, check out quick podcast summaries on Spotify and Apple Podcasts with free trial and later, just for the price of candy. Happy listening.